What's happening? What's happening? New Year's Eve, around 10 o'clock, a lot of things to get off my chest. So I decided to do a little video to wrap up some of the things I feel like are important to me in 2017, or to wrap up 2017. Hopefully you feel like they're important too. I'm not a huge fan of resolutions. I feel like if you hadn't started or attempted to do whatever it is you feel like you need to do differently because this new calendar year flips over, it's going to be likely that you're not going to do it. Another little hint, if you do, there's nothing wrong with setting goals and all that. Definitely understand that. You don't have to put it out there to everybody, because let me just tell you this. You put it out there to everybody, most of the people are going to be looking to see if you did it, or better yet, if you didn't do it. Just the nature of some of us. So keep it to yourself. Keep it moving. I've got a couple things I want to discuss, and I'm going to put out little videos throughout the day. This is not in the actual order, but I want to discuss the quote-unquote parent accountability ordinance in South Fulton. I want to discuss policing as a whole. I want to discuss North versus South. I want to discuss activism, what that truly means, and black families. Listen, let me make sure that I put this out first and foremost. I made a post a couple of days ago, and in that post, I singled out Brother Bozeman, Derek Bozeman, and also his organization, the Brothers of Let Us Make Man. Let me clarify, since I think that's needed, why I singled out that individual, who, of course, those of us who know Brother Bozeman know that he is a radio host, community activist, former Atlanta City Council member. But on his show a couple of weeks ago, before I went to speak in front of mayor and council in opposition to this ordinance, because my opposition is nothing new, and also opposition of the name that has since been vetoed, awaiting a vote, Brother Bozeman expressed his personal opinion, which was in opposition to the ordinance, and offered the many resources, various organizations and businesses and groups that make up Let Us Make Man. Shout out to the brothers Let Us Make Man. The brothers, I was amongst a group of very well-deserved recipients. I was happy to be in the number last year for a community service award from those brothers. But they are offering their resources to combat some of the things that are going on in South Fulton. So I want to make sure that that's clear. I see some posts where people are saying, Derek, you don't speak for us. Well, honestly, yes and no. Well, not even a no. Honestly, yes. Brother Derek, and he might not be a resident of South Fulton like some other people who are not as well. You don't have to be a resident of an individual to speak on it. We are residents of this land, period. We are the mothers and fathers of this earth, period. Brothers and sisters who I rub elbows with on a consistent basis, we don't just fight on a local level at all. We are very much at the national table. But anyway, that's listen, if you're in the movement, you already know that. We don't have to sit up here and put our resumes out. This ordinance, this parent accountability ordinance, we've got to stop acting as if those of us who are in opposition haven't A, read it, or haven't B, understand what we've read. We just don't agree. And the reason that I personally do not agree is because why in the hell do we not, as a city, as a mayor, as a council, as the new incoming black police chief, why do we not utilize the brothers and sisters like Let Us Make Man, Sister Carolinians, Revolutionary Moms? Trust me, the list will be made public of men and women and family restorative groups, public, of those who are against this ordinance as it's written. Listen, not only have I read it multiple times, I've actually filled out 2 surveys that have been attached to it. This recent one that was put out by Councilwoman Helen Willis, who I have a lot of respect for. And I publicly stated my respect and my position of knowing that she is going this route in the spirit of trying to rectify wrong. I understand that. We just differ on opinion. We differ on a lot of contacts that I personally have on a local and national level. And there's a lot of contacts that you, whomever you may be, have in our new city. Why not first mayor, council, new police chief work in unison with a coalition that we would develop, a coalition that will range from anything from youth athletics to mentorship to drug abuse counseling to parenting, any and everything. We've got it covered through our own resources. Somebody joked about Save Ourselves. Doesn't mean exclude policing. I'm not condoning killing, robbing. Most of you haven't even dealt with some of the pain that truly comes with this. Now, I'm not here to judge who has done what, because I truly don't know. I don't know what pain you personally have suffered or your family has suffered. So I'm not going to cast a stone as if I know. But I do know this. I know when I'm in the trenches, I mean, in what would be considered the gutter, I only see a handful of folk. And please don't trip when I just say the gutter, because some of these atrocities that we deal with, even by agencies, some of these folks crawl out the sewer. So listen, a coalition that would be formed in this new city, that would be used as a funnel, and equally important, we would canvass our city. Some of us already know where the troubled areas are. Some of us, we would canvass the city. We would go door to door and identify homes that need assistance, identify problem homes. Now, I'm talking about doing this as a coalition and a city working together in unison, identifying the problem areas, giving families, giving parents, giving guardians an opportunity to sign up to get the help that they need before we use the criminal justice system as an iron fist. Listen, I'm the first to tell you, man. I mean, I listen. I'm going to deal with black families, but I have a wife. I have a 24-year-old son, just turned 24. Happy birthday, Mark, Tori. Have a son that will be 12 in a couple of days. Shout out Chase Amon. I'll talk more about that in the black families. We have to give the people an opportunity to understand what love is in case they don't. To understand what family is in case they don't. Your upbringing might have been a certain way, but others have it rough. I think one of the clips that I posted in the barbershop where the brother said, you know, not everybody gets it the first, second, or third time. That's true. That's real. People got conditions, inflictions, addictions. They need help. Love over lockup. Now, folks say, oh, we're not locking folks up in this ordinance. Yes, the reality is that fines and jail are on the ballot. I'm all for holding parents and guardians accountable. It's sickening to hear people act as if because I'm in opposition, or those of us in opposition, that we condone this terrible behavior. We just feel there's another method that has not been executed, attempted even, before we bring in the criminal justice system that we know is flawed, that we know disproportionately targets African-American low-income families, mostly black youth, male and female. We know this. Let me deal with policing a little later, like I stated. But here we are, 90% black. I think it's 89 to be accurate. Here we are, all black council. And I said predominantly women, and people took that as if I meant a slight. I mean, that's asinine. I applaud sisters. Should I come from a sister? I was raised by a sister in a single parent household. Asinine. All black council, black mayor, soon to be sworn in black police chief. We're blacker than black. I believe there's actually some research being done to find out where we actually are in the nation as one of the blackest cities. We're one of the blackest cities and one of the newest cities. Let's not repeat the same cycle of a funnel for the criminal justice system. At least not before we attempt to literally save ourselves, literally use our resources, literally roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty instead of dishing families off to the city, to the county, to the state. We don't have to have a knock-down, drag-out argument about this. We all want the same damn thing: to live peacefully with our family, friends, loved ones, and neighbors. I just don't choose to implement a system that we haven't even dealt with the hypocrisies of yet that targets us. I don't choose to do that first. I choose to use the brothers and sisters who have truly been out here doing the work. And please, here's a message. I'm not going to name names in this video, but there are some brothers and sisters who have organizations, who their organizations are creditable, who their organizations are transcending boundaries as far as sending generations, really reforming and helping our community. Speak up. Brothers and sisters, speak up. You won't lose your alliances. And if you do lose them, then they weren't true in the first place. Some of you have come to me personally and privately and expressed your dislike for this ordinance. Speak up publicly. Your words are extremely heavy because you have been placed in a position where the community loves the work that you are doing and have done. See, I'm a bad guy. I realize that. I play that role for those who want to call me that. But for those who truly know me, know my heart is probably as pure. We're not going to get into that. I literally care about my people and my youth to the point where I know that I'm sacrificial. How many of you can say that? How many of you can say that you've truly done all that you can to really help uplift your people? There's some doing some great work out here, man. But it's time for us to collectively put that work in before we choose a legislative option that definitely has the potential, not even the potential, that definitely is written that it will fine and lock parents and guardians up. Now, some of you might want that. I don't. I prefer love and unity. I prefer getting the individuals who need our help, the help that they need. And we can do that without implementing an ordinance that would ultimately displace families, that would ultimately put put hardship on families. So listen, again, as far as the ordinance is concerned, read it several times, surveys, and disagree. And I know that Miss Willis's spirit, as I've stated over and over again, is one that is about the people. So I just encourage all of you to read it, give your opinion on it. And those that are really out here doing the work, which this falls in, speak up. Speak up.